Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be going over a old favorite of mine, bees. Um, I got a lot of requests asking when I'll put up another bees video. What's the sitch? Like how is bees can fare and expanded? I'm a little bit sick under the weather, so pardon me. But we're going to go over bees today, and I'm going to talk about why I think bees is a little bit tier three in the format, but expanded, but it can still play ball with the big boys. So bees has always been a deck that is the best one prizer and expanded, other than Night March. The two of them have been kind of the undisputed kings of the format. Now, granted, they aren't threats anymore, so Oricorio may be making its way out of the format, but Karen may be added into decks due to collateral from Mew 3 decks existing. But any degenerate Mew 3 deck that has like Plume, that has Noivern, that kind of stuff, you should probably just lose to as bees. Sableye seems really hard if they can get the lockup and they just beat you, so that's also really hard. Turbodark should be easy. Hitmonchan should be easy. The really, really tough matchup is Archie's, because if they get the turn 2 SP Axis and pop off and kill your board, you can lose the game right then and there. I was thinking about playing the Bronzong combo in the list, but I decided that it would be a little bit too inconsistent to actually get it off where I wanted it turn 1 or turn 2, because I would have to choose to go second against Archie's, get the Bronzong, and then go from there. So if you wanted the Bronzong, this Persian slot could become the Bronzong just as easily. Zorak seems like a good matchup. There's some good matchups, but there's some really really bad matchups. But that's how expanded goes. So that being said, let me go into the list a little bit. The last time I played bees was at Origins League Cup. Grant Manley took my list to a finals berth, and I believe he lost in the finals to Sableye. Don't quote me on that. I don't remember exactly what he lost to, but he did make the finals. I remember with my list, and this is the deck. 3-3 Flareon and 4-4 Vespiquen are the attackers. You just want to get them. 7 attackers is a pretty good number. You have a stretcher just for insurance purposes. I have a 1-1 Persian just in case you need to use Catwalk for any strange reason, like your guy gets pulled up, knocked out, Dedenne, Lele, something. They shouldn't really be on the board, but Catwalk is really good in case this occurs. But the biggest thing is it gives you a GX attack that you can use early in the game with Slashback. And I really like having Slashback with a choice band for 180 on some things like a Lele, a Dedenne on their own end, so you can get an early 2 prizes without really giving up tempo, because if they kill the Persian, you're trading 2 for 2, but by that point you should be able to get your 1 shots into, or your 2 shots into the 1 shot range. Vengeance is really good early also, because if you can get to the 190 number, you can take out something pretty easily with a choice band that's a Zoroark without putting too much into the discard. So it's a attacker that I'm still trying out. It's been testing kind of mediocre so far, but I do like having it as an option. You got the Guru Burrow. You need to draw cards. 2 Shamans, 1 Dedenne, 1 Lele. That's a pretty consistent draw engine. The only thing that changes, before I had 3 Shaman, 1 Lele, but 1 Dedenne takes the spot of 1 Shaman, purely because there's going to be hands that I want to pitch the whole hand away, as opposed to keeping some of the cards in my hand and going Shaman to draw cards. So it's just another out to draw more cards. There's 1 Execute. This card's broken in this deck. You need to use it for Ultra Balls and stuff. 1 Let Loose, because you do need to sometimes disrupt your opponents and have a supporterless N at some point, early game, maybe mid game, whatever you need it to kind of put you back into the game. There's 4 Unknowns, there's 4 Compressor, 1 Computer Search. It could be also Dowsing, but I like the comp because it helps me just set up and make sure I don't lose the game early. Because I think if you can make it to the late game, your deck is pretty much golden. 1 Stretcher, 2 Charge. The Stretcher is just an insurance policy. You don't need to play it. It's just a card that I like having in case I have some really bad discards, or it lets me discard a little bit more extra Pokemon to go a little ham and try to get a knockout on a big tag team Pokemon, and then recycle back my attackers to kind of end the game. There's 2 Special Charge, because I think that's absolutely vital for the deck. There's 4 Ultra Ball, 4 VS Seeker, Staple, 1 Parallel to bounce your own guys off the bench. You can play 2 just to make sure you get rid of those GX Pokemon and EX Pokemon, because you will need to go through Shamans, you will need to put the Dennis down, you will need to put Lele's down. Sorry, I didn't explain the Mew, but the Mew's just for a Mew 3 counter, in a sense, if they're not playing Plume, and even if they are playing Plume, if you get a really good turn 1, you could maybe pop off on them hard enough where the Mew can carry you in the game. Because you can have an insane turn 1, and that's how I took a game off Trevenant. Almost took 2, but it is what it is. There's a Guzma, there's an N, and a teammate. These are your one of supporters. You don't need more than 1, because at the end of the day, you're only using them for fringe things. A lot of the time, you're just killing what's in the active. The Guzma, you might want a one of copy of Lysander or something if you can fit it. I have not found space for it, however, but having a second Gust effect could be nice. 3 Juniper over Sycamore every day. 2 Choice Band, 1 Floatstone, pretty staple stuff. I think this is very instrumental to setting up. The Floatstone may be obsolete, honestly. That could become another gust effect like a supporter, but I like having the 1 Floatstone for flexibility at times. There's 4 DCE and 2 triple acceleration energy. The triple acceleration energy basically is just saying, hey, um, I can go on anybody. I can deal with Wondrous Labyrinth, that kind of stuff, because I think Guardy is a pretty decent deck and expanded too. So that being said, let's get into some games with the deck. I really like it still. I played, oh, this is just doing things. I have played a little bit of expanded with it. I think Bees is not the worst play in the deck, or the worst deck to play if you were trying to deal with Turbo Dark and a couple of the other big hitters that exist in the format. But a couple of these smaller boys are a little bit tough to deal with. And I mean, I don't think there's a concrete answer to some of the degenerate decks right now and that exist in the format. So it's not something that I would willingly try to go deal with, like, degenerate decks on my own. So this hand is pretty broken. I see the Comp Surge, I see a Juniper. My hand is already insane. Depending on what he flips, we have to figure out how we want to play the game. But we have a turn 1 Compressor. We have a turn 1 Attachment. That's a Jirachi. So he's probably playing... He has Fire, Water, Lightning, I think, with the types I saw. So this is another bench Pokemon to put down. So we're going to go ahead and do this. Computer search away these two. We can check our deck. Egg is there. Okay, we prized a thick part of our Flareon line. So what I have to do is be careful not to get heavy Flareons. We already pitched the Persian, so I don't think we're going to need that guy anymore for the game. Okay. That's good. That's good. We're going to get this for sure, I think. Just get some Pokemon in the discard. Get some of our fringe supporters into the discard. We have an attachment for the turn, which is okay. I like that too. And we can Juniper our teammates into the discard also, which is really good. So we get the egg in there, which is really important. Because that is a tool that will help us out later. So here's where we get the Guzma into the discard. And at this point, the Lele is less than necessary. Or we can get Meowth now, just because Meowth is the worst card right now. But the Lele can technically help us out if we have a dead-ish hand. So now we're going to attach the active, because if we die, it doesn't matter. It's just our attachment for the turn this turn clearly does not matter. But if we don't die, we get to... Ooh, what is this hand? All right, we're going to bench this. And I think we're going to bench one more. This guy doesn't hit the board just because I don't know if I want to use it yet. So at this hand, I'm just going to go ahead and pass. See, we're not going to unknown here because we don't need to. We already have a follow-up supporter for the turn. We have a choice band for the turn. We have an attachment for the next turn. And we have, if I need to bench this, I can bench this. But I don't think we ever need to bench 4 Combees in a matchup. I mean, we can. I don't think it's necessary, however. It's something that we can do. We have the ability to do so. So Hearth comes down and a Cherish Ball. So he's clearly playing some sort of a Welder deck, potentially, or a Blacksmith deck. So to dead with the whole hand, 2 fires at a Guzman of ES, so nothing crazy so far. Looks like it's Reshiram and Charizard GX. Should be a very favorable matchup for us, purely because it's going to be a tag team into a non-tag team deck. But that being said, we won't be able to get a one-shot anytime soon. So we are going to try to go get the knockout the old-fashioned 2-shot way. And if he does get the Welder, or Blacksmith technically, which he does right here, which he does, he will get a knockout on us, which is okay. Let's see, we have 3 prizes, 2 prizes, 1 prize already all mapped out for us. Or if he benches another Reshizard, that's another 3 prizes. The thing I'm worried about is where did the water come from in his deck? Because I see the fire, I see the lightning, I see the metal, but where did the water come from? So 3 fires are down. Maybe he's playing... Oh, no, I can't think of anything, honestly. Expanded is wild because you have to think about all the potential options that you could hit. So Welder turn 1. He does have the knockout with Outrage, which is a little bit unfortunate because this was an Eevee in the active. It wouldn't have happened the same way. But we did prize Eevees. So he's going to retreat and he's going to give us the big bonkeroo here. Knowing that he doesn't need to put an energy here because Outrage is probably his best attack of choice. And we're going to have to go into him. So now our special charge gets value, which is good at the very least. Oh, that's unfortunate top deck, but I think it's fine because we can just go Hearth away 1, and we can special charge 2 in, which is okay. We're chilling. The Hearth would have been reasonably better later to just put back another put a Pokemon on our discard, but this is also okay. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We have 4 in here, and we do have a Stretcher in the deck, so we're gonna go ahead and just sycamore this guy away. See, teammates could be okay here, but we're only getting 2 cards with the teammates, so unless we're getting like a Shaman and decide to try to pop off. It won't have the same value as something else would right now. So we can bench both of these guys. We can go ahead and Compressor to start the turn. In this instance, we can Compressor something like a Shaman to put back into our hand with the Stretcher, which I think is what I want to do. We're going to put the Shaman away. We're going to put the Oranguru away. and we're going to go ahead and pitch the Mew, because these cards are probably not going to hit the board, right? And so we're going to go ahead and get the egg. We're going to go ahead and do this. If I do this, I think I'm going to do this way, right? We're going to draw a bunch of cards. We're going to draw as many cards as we can, because we do have the parallel. So all we have to do is find parallel to bump this turn. We can't, I don't think we can one-shot. I think it's actually physically impossible for us to, no, I mean, it is possible. It's just really hard for us to one-shot. So we do this way. We hit the Lele, which is fun. That's another potential discard that we want to get rid of. And a special charge, which is okay also. So we do it this way. We go like this. We go bang, bang, bang. We get a big boy B. We evolve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Let's do 15. So we have 12 coming back in without the choice band. And this way, I have a special charge value for next turn. I have an attacker in the Flareon, and we're okay. We're okay. Everything's okay. We have a potential stretcher to put back some Combies if we need to. I don't think I want to. The N in our hand is not the greatest supporter to have right now, but yeah. If he comes in with this, it's a little bit annoying, but he doesn't have the knockout with this unless he welders to it. But I think there's no reason for him to not outrage us right here and just take the free KO that we're offering him. So we have to plan for next turn. Like, what do we want to do? What is our goal? I mean, kill the active is the easy answer. So now he's trading he's trading a 3-prizer for 2 prizes that he's received. So now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And so we want to go up and throw up this Eevee, because we already have the Evolve in our hand. That's going to hit the board. The question is, how do we want to play the rest of this turn? We can keep the N, which is a supporter, or we could get rid of the N with the Ultra Ball and get a Shaman or a Dedenne and just keep going, which I think is the better option. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What do we need to kill? We need to have 10 in discard. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we're going to Stretcher. 3 in. We're just going to put 1 Combi back, right? We already have the knock with this guy on the bench. So here's where we play a little bit greedy. Here's where we're allowed to play a little bit greedy, because we do know we have a parallel in the deck. We do know we can find that, and we do know we're in a spot where we are in the driver's seat. So we're going to get the Dedenne, fully well knowing that we have the parallel and everything in our deck. We can special charge, which I think we're going to go ahead and do. Attaching to active also guarantees me knockout, but the cruel fact of the matter is we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 right here. So we already have the knockout, but the idea is I want to hit the parallel this turn, which would be super good, which I didn't do. We did get the energy. We're going to use the double because we want it to stay on the board. We're going to compressor, thin some more cards. So this is gone, this is gone. And I'm going to go ahead and pitch the other compressor because I think we're okay with having our deck to this size. He's got a bajillion cards in hand. So I think at this point in time, we're going to go ahead and we're going to mill 1 to just put, because we have 2 more cards in hand. We can bench, so that's fine. We're going to do this. And we haven't even used a supporter for turn yet, but I don't want to Sycamore, so we're just going to go ahead and let loose to start. So now I can let loose, and if I find a VS Seeker, that's a teammates. That is a teammates right there for me if I want it. I choose to probably use the teammates this turn. Probably. Just to set up for next turn, so I can go teammates, get the parallel, and I can get an energy for the following turn. So we've set up almost perfectly with what we want to be. So we go ahead, do this, reverse it this way. We flip it in reverse on them. And then do this, get rid of this. We've got all those Pokemon in our discard, and we go ahead and use Vengeance. So now our board is pretty clean. We've got some damage coming in. We got that Eevee we need. We want the Flareon, though. That's the important one. There we go. And we can see it's in prizes. So there's an unknown. That's another Pokemon. These are a bunch of Pokemon that were prized, so it's unfortunate. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So these 2 are dead if I want them to be. This is really hard to kill right now. But can we do it? 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So we do have the knockout if we top deck a Guzma. Well, I mean, we have Sycamore, but that being said, I don't think he's going to give us that option. Ooh, sorry, apologies, guys. I am a little bit sick. So he is setting up for quote unquote two-turn lethal, in a nutshell. But what we can do is just relax, and feed him knockouts. Like, I can feed him this Marshadow for this turn and pass. I can't Sycamore because I am out of juice, so I do need to top deck the correct answer in the next couple turns. Or I could just pop this, try to get a Via Seeker, and then figure it out from there. Because that is my last Guzma. I have no way to shuffle things back into deck, and there's only 8 cards in deck, so I will top deck one of them. But I do have 2 ways to draw an extra card, so I do see about a good majority of the deck over the course of 2 turns. So I think just taking the knockout on Tapu Lele is correct here, and then we just set up over the course of 2 turns to end one of these things on the bench, or this Jirachi. I mean, it doesn't matter, honestly. Like, we have a two-turn map, and it seems like he does not play N, or if he does, I haven't seen it yet. So we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we're giving him a big schlep here. We want to keep these in deck just because we have additional draw. It's no other reason, just because I don't want to burn them right now. There's no reason to, because there's a chance if we do get end, we're getting end to 1. So, wow, that's really unfortunate. None of these prizes are actually good. I should have checked. I mean, I think we only have 1 good card prize, like a hit. I think that's an Ultra Ball. So if he hits an end this turn, it is a little bit scary for us. If no end, I think we just win the game. So Volcanion X comes out, and so he's going to go Steam Up Outrage, it looks like, on us. A little bit cheeky of a move. So let's see what we can do if we get everything in there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So I'm 1 Pokemon short. We just have to make sure there's a Pokemon in my deck, and I don't think there is. No, there's a Combi. There's a Combi in my deck. There's a Combi in my deck. I made sure there's a Combi in my deck. See, that's a welder, so unless he plays Let Loose, I think we have game. The key thing here is, do I want to just kill him? Or do I want to... I mean, he has 1 prize, so if this strategy stays active, which I don't think it will, we should be okay. Reset Stamp. Ah, yeah, that's a card. I forgot about that. That exists. Crap. So Reset Stamp to 1. We have 1 extra draw with the Unknown. So we do see 2 cards. That's the attacker. Switch. So we still promote. We still promote this guy, I think. No, maybe I just promote. No, I have to go for the 2-shot, right? I still promote this guy. There's a Combi in my deck. There's an Eevee in my deck. So that's the attack for the turn. If this is a Guzma, I'm just, like, going to be baffled. Oh my god, it actually was the Guzma. LOL. So we'll do this. We'll do this. And we'll go ahead and Sycamore. That was actually a perfect 3 cards, but you can't play for that. You can never say, like, I'm going to hit the exact perfect 3 cards I need to win the game here. So he hits the board. That's another card I can thin. I had 3 Junipers, so it's not like I was pressing for cards, actually, at this point. I was chilling. 2/10 comes down. I'm not too worried. This should be the game on lock. I did draw the perfect 3 cards, but that being said, like you guys saw, I had 2 Via Seeker and 2 Junipers in deck, and I had 2 unknowns, so about half my deck was outs to draw cards, but that being said, the other half was outs that would have just completely stuck me with nothing. So now my opponent's in a situation where he's like, I can either just Outrage Knockout and hope you don't have it, or use another stamp if he has another stamp. And he did have another stamp. That's really unfortunate. Why does he have so many stamps? So we top deck the triple. Uh-oh, boys. We're in for a treat. The other unknown didn't hit the bench either, which is a little bit unfortunate. So we do have 3 Vespiquens in the deck. So all we need to do is top deck a Vespiquen. We have a 3 out of 9 odds to get it. We have 2 Junipers, and we have an unknown. So we have 6 out of 9 odds to get what we need to get off the top of the deck. 6 out of 9 odds. Can we do it? Unfortunately, we did not get it, actually. But that is how the cookie crumbles sometimes. A late game reset stamp will end us sometimes. But I did have 6 out of 9 odds. So the odds were a little bit unlucky that I don't hit it there. So But that is Vespiquen, guys. It should be a good deck heading into the moving into the next format. Maybe had I benched in Rangru, maybe had I changed a little bit of lines of the play, I would not have lost that game. But that being said, if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, follow, or subscribe, whatever. I do stream on Twitch 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on most weekdays, Monday to Thursday. So come hang out with me. I would appreciate that. We're trying to get the partner. So as always, thank you guys so much.